City Council considers rezoning for undeveloped and residential lots off of East State Street. Plus, Hunter Biden arrives for the first day of his trial on federal gun charges. And businesses on West Union Street are frustrated about poor communication over the infrastructure project affecting their bottom line. What our reporting uncovered and what the city could have done better. Newswatch starts now. Tonight, Athens City Council is holding two public hearings regarding zoning. Good evening, I'm Donovan Varney and welcome to Newswatch. Joining us live from Athens City Hall is Newswatch reporter Lucy Schaefer. Lucy, what's going on tonight at City Hall?
Yeah, Donovan, Council will be covering many topics of interest for the Athens residents. Now, these discussions will begin with two public hearings regarding zonings off of East State Street and on Elliott Street. Councilmember Swank introduced an ordinance 2 weeks ago rezoning structures on Elliott Street from a residential multifamily zone to a neighborhood business residential zone. This means that those addresses could double as living spaces and businesses. The second hearing will be about rezoning the undeveloped lots on Grand Park Boulevard and Eden Place. This would give the Hyundai dealership more space for their cars. Council President Sam Crowell says that the council, quote, wants neighborhoods in the city to offer their opinions on any changes to areas of the city that are being zoned. Now, after the public hearing, the Whites Mill Beautification and Renovations Project will be in its third reading. The Council of Governments membership ordinance will also be discussed for the second time. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Lucy Schaefer in Athens.
At least one person is dead and 24 others are injured after a mass shooting in Akron, Ohio yesterday. Police say at least 2 victims were in critical condition last night. Now, investigators are asking the public to help find whoever's responsible. A reward of more than $20,000 is on the table for information leading to the arrest of a suspect. Amy Kiley has more on what happened.
We outside enjoying ourselves, the next thing you know, we running for our lives. That fast, like that fast.
Dozens are injured after a deadly mass shooting during a birthday party in Akron, Ohio yesterday. Police say the victims range in age from 19 to 43 years old, with most in their 30s. They say the evidence suggests it was a drive-by shooting sometime after midnight.
A lot of shots. I feel like I heard over 50 shots, heard a lot of screaming.
Officials say they believe some partygoers might have returned fire.
We just heard like fireworks. I thought it was the 4th of July, man. Then I seen cars, everybody running.
More than 100 people might have witnessed the violence, police say, and they could be key to identifying and capturing whoever's responsible.
We have received a few initial leads, and we're following up on those as well.
Akron's mayor is vowing to secure justice. Rewards for information leading to a suspect's arrest are coming from local Crime Stoppers, the U.S. Marshals Service, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
We have detectives continue to work on it. They will continue to work on this case around the clock.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
A group of kayakers found human remains in the Hocking River. According to the Athens County Sheriff's Office, kayakers led them to the human remains off of River Road, I believe, and an adult male wearing blue jeans, a brown belt, and brown boots. The description currently does not match any active missing persons cases. Now, the Happy Hollow Hootenanny returned over the weekend with increased participation, many of whom were young people. The event, organized by Stewart Opera House, celebrates and preserves the Appalachian culture and traditions.
I see a lot of young people coming here that are leaving with new skills, square dance calling skills, instrument playing skills, and I also hope that people leave with a better understanding of what this music is, what it means to people.
This year, the event was free to participants thanks to a donation from Creston Stewart and Sarah Helfrich, longtime supporters of Stewart Opera House.
For our first look at weather tonight, you can see that we've had that temperature high of 82. It has been a hot one out there, and with those decreased clouds, that cloud cover that we've been having all day, it's been a human one. It's definitely been feeling like 82 out there. Looking at that radar, you can see just from that humidity, just these little blips of rain here and there. You can see just above Athens, they have been coming in and out just from that cloud cover and that humidity that I was talking about. You can see as we're looking out there, we're at 84 here in Athens, still not on that cool down for the night yet. As we go a little bit more north, Zanesville 85, Lancaster 83, and as we go a little bit more south, Huntington at 82. You can see just what's coming for us looking at these next couple days. Right now we're in the clear for today and going into tomorrow, but we're going to be looking at a little bit of rain cover as we're looking into later this week. I'll definitely be getting into that in my full forecast. Let's take it back over to Donovan.
Yesterday, Governor DeWine signed 2 bills that came from last week's special session. The first bill changed the date for the candidate certification deadline to ensure Joe Biden would be on Ohio's fall ballot. The original deadline required certification 90 days before the election, which the bill changes to 65 days. The second bill bans foreign nationals contributing to ballot issue campaigns. An amendment made during the special session also restricts green card holders from making contributions. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says this year's sales tax holiday will run for more than triple the usual time. Previous sales tax holidays in the state would run for 3 days. However, Governor DeWine, along with the Ohio General Assembly, expanded the 2024 holidays to 10 days. This year's sales tax will take place midnight on July 30th until 11:59 p.m. on August 8th. Eligible items of up to $500 can be purchased in-store or online tax-free. Coming up, President Biden is set to announce an executive order that will affect immigration, and how this ticketing giant's customer personal information has been leaked.
It's been a hot one out there and it's going to continue into that, but also, when are you going to need that umbrella next on Newswatch?
Ken Burns and his brilliant team at Florentine Films has taken on one of the pillars of American culture, country music.
It's a great Russian novel of a story. You meet layer upon layer of characters, generation upon generation of families.
Ken is a great unifier. It's not just about the music, it is about who we are as Americans.
Please join me, Kathy Mattea, for Ken Burns Country Music.
Tonight at 9:30 on WOUB.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
The legacy that you leave is people think of you and what touches their heart to the point that they remember.
We talked about that a lot, like how does this team want to be remembered? And we worked hard to be remembered, differently than everybody else.
If you put your name on someone's heart, that's going to last. Ultimately, that's more important than a championship.
WOUB is recognizing members of our Cornerstone Society. The Cornerstone Society is a group that wants to ensure the future of public media in our region. It includes people across our area who value news, entertainment, and cultural programming, as well as the educational services WOUB provides. Also included are graduates of Ohio University who took part in the WOUB Student Professional Development Program. Thanks to the Cornerstone Society for their generous support. To learn how you can be involved, email woub@woub.org.
Hunter Biden arrived at court in Wilmington, Delaware this morning for the first day of jury selection in his federal gun trial. The president's son is accused of buying and possessing a firearm in 2018 while using illegal drugs, which is in violation of a federal law. Julia Benbrook has more.
Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, is on trial for gun-related charges. He's accused of illegally purchasing and possessing a gun while abusing or being addicted to drugs, a violation of federal law.
I really think that the only defense that Hunter Biden has is at the time he signed the ATF form, at the time he owned the gun for about 10 days, was he addicted to drugs? Was he taking drugs?
Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty to the charges, though he has been open about struggles with drug and alcohol addiction. This is the first time in American history that the child of the sitting president is going on trial. First Lady Jill Biden joined him in court on Monday. While the president did not go to the courthouse, he did spend part of Monday in Wilmington, where jury selection for the trial is taking place.
Like any family man, it's hard for him when his son is going through something difficult.
In a statement, the president said, quote, "As the president, I don't and won't comment on pending federal cases. But as a dad, I have boundless love for my son, confidence in him, and respect for his strength. Our family has been through a lot together, and Jill and I are going to continue to be there for Hunter and our family with our love and support." If convicted on all 3 counts, Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
This is the first time in American history that the child of a sitting president is going on trial. President Joe Biden is expected to announce an executive order to curb illegal immigration. That's according to a number of officials briefed on the matter. The president's sweeping order would effectively shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to asylum seekers crossing illegally when a daily threshold of crossings is exceeded. That number is 2,500. Unaccompanied children would be exempt. The executive action would also allow authorities to turn migrants away to either Mexico or their origin country. Sources say the executive action could see some changes before it's finally unveiled to the public, which could come as early as Tuesday. In addition to the immigration announcement, the Biden campaign is kicking off Pride Month with new organizing and paid media blitz targeting LGBTQ+ voters. The campaign's outreach effort hopes to stand in contrast to anti-LGBTQ legislation backed by Republicans across the country. In other news, Mexico has elected its first female president with preliminary results showing Claudia Sheinbaum. A climate scientist and Mexico City's former mayor, she is on track to win the country's largest election in history. The 61-year-old handily defeated her 2 opponents with at least 58% of the vote, according to the National Electoral Institute. Besides being the first woman set to become president, she would be the first one of Jewish ancestry. Her grandparents migrated from Eastern Europe, fleeing Nazi persecution, although she rarely mentions her religious background.
Taking a look at weather for the day, you can see today we're starting to decrease those clouds that we've been having throughout the day. That high of 82, we're really feeling it right now. It's been a muggy one. It's going to continue to be muggy as the week goes on. That low looking at tonight, it's going to be that low of 61, so it is going to be a warm one for our overnight temperatures. Looking at that regional radar, you can see those partly cloudy skies that we've had throughout the day. You can see it also starting to flee those clouds as this night goes on, but that doesn't mean the humidity goes away. It's going to be a little bit of a sticky one out there tonight, and it's going to be a little bit of a foggy one early tomorrow morning. Looking at the temperatures out there right now, you can see Athens is above that temperature, the temperature expected with that high of 84. Continuing throughout southeast Ohio, we are feeling a little bit warmer than expected for today. Looking at tonight, like I was saying, that low of 61, it's going to be a warmer night out there. So you're definitely going to be, if you wanted to have that night stroll, you're going to be a lot nicer out there with that that low of 81. Those mostly clear skies to clear out the night. For tomorrow, we're going to be seeing this warming trend continue. Tomorrow, that high of 88, and it's going to be humid. So definitely watch out if you're going to work outside. It's going to be a hot one with those partly sunny skies, and that low for tomorrow night just as warm of 65. Looking at 12 hours ahead, we're going to be seeing these little blips of chances of rain with these clouds just from that high humidity that we've been having. It is going to have just a slight chance of rain throughout the day. We're going to be looking at 24 hours ahead. That's whenever we're going to clear out, just before this rain chance that we're going to be seeing throughout the week come back in. Looking at 36 hours, that's whenever this rain is going to be starting to really kick it up. Looking on Wednesday, that's whenever Wednesday morning we're going to see those little blips, and then by Wednesday night, it is going to be that higher chance of rain. We're going to be seeing that throughout the eastern board of the United States. And Wednesday, along with this rain chance, we're going to be having this cold front move its way through. This cold front is going to be making it a little bit chillier for our weekend. We're going to not be seeing these 80-degree temperatures. We're going to be seeing more like in the 70s, as you can see here. Looking at Friday, that's whenever those 70s are going to be coming in. Looking throughout the week, tomorrow is our last chance without those showers, so definitely enjoy that. Looking at Wednesday, that 80% chance of showers that I was talking about. Looking at the rest of the week, we're just going to have that slight chance of showers. That humidity is going to stay pretty consistent throughout the week with that chance of showers. Then with that cold front, that's whenever we're going to start cooling down. We're going to see those nighttime temperatures not quite make it to those 60s anymore. And by this time next week, we're still going to be not really enjoying these chance of showers. So definitely stick back with us to see just how long you'll need that umbrella. Let's take it back over to Donovan.
Thanks, Isabel. The information of over 500 million Ticketmaster customers has been stolen in a massive data breach. That's according to federal documents Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Friday. The stolen data allegedly includes customer identifying information like credit card numbers, email addresses, phone numbers, and ticket purchases. Passwords do not appear to have been compromised, but cyber experts suggest changing them. Music streaming giant Spotify is raising its prices again for the second time in a year. The audio streaming giant service says starting in July, U.S. subscribers will pay $1 more per month for its ad-free premium plan. That comes to $11.99 per month and is a 20% price jump over the past 2 years. Some of Spotify's other service tiers are seeing an increase, including duo plans and family plans. The duo plan will increase to $16.99 and the family plan will jump to $19.99. Spotify says the price hikes will help it invest in and innovate features for better user experience. There's a recall out for more than 125,000 Tesla vehicles. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's over an issue with the seatbelt warning system. Regulators say drivers are supposed to get a visual and audible signal when they're not belted in. However, a certain glitch in the system, some vehicles may not allow that to happen, according to documents released by NHTSA. Tesla is not aware of any crashes or injuries related to the issue. The electric car maker says it expects to correct the problem with an over-the-air software update. Cucumbers are bound for 14 states, including Ohio, have been recalled over potential salmonella contamination. Florida-based Fresh Start Produce Sales Incorporation says cucumbers were shipped to wholesalers and distributors from May 17th through the 21st. The recall came after the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture found a product sample tested positive for salmonella. The Food and Drug Administration is now working to determine whether this is connected to any ongoing outbreaks. The FDA says it's unlikely affected cucumbers are made its way to its grocery stores, but consumers should check with their grocers to be sure. Coming up, businesses on West Union Street are frustrated over the street improvement project, what their biggest complaint is, and how some of the tension could be avoided. And for the latest from Newswatch, follow us on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
More than 100 million Americans suffer with chronic pain. Out of the blue, it can ruin lives and destroy relationships, but it doesn't have to be that way. The latest research shows that there's hope. With the revolutionary pain-brain connection, you can get your life back. Find out how to put advances in pain science to work for you. Join me, Deborah Roberts, for Pain Secrets, the science of everyday pain.
Tonight at 11 on WOUB.
Do you know there are more than 2,700 rules that govern your Social Security benefits?
In Social Security and You, expert Mary Beth Franklin leads you through the Social Security labyrinth.
Deciding when and how to claim benefits can have a major impact on your retirement income for the rest of your life.
Social Security and You, the user's guide we've all been waiting for.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
This is the PBS Video app. Install it on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or other streaming device, and use it to access more of the PBS shows you love. But if you're looking for even more shows to binge like this, or early access to shows like this, then look for this icon. That's the PBS Passport icon, and it means that video is part of PBS Passport. Passport is our way of saying thank you to our station members. Donate to your local PBS station today, and one of the member benefits you'll receive is PBS Passport, which offers extended access to a growing library of new and favorite PBS programs. You can support your station and your community by becoming a member today. Visit pbs.org/getpassport for details. Watch PBS Passport anytime on any screen, wherever you stream. It's your ticket to the best of PBS.
The infrastructure improvement project has turned into a nightmare for businesses along West Union Street. A lack of communication and poor oversight, combined with a seeming lack of sympathy from city leaders, have led to frustration and tension, Reporter Haley Sueno has the latest.
It's 3 o'clock on Tuesday, and with only one way in, the line at Shriver's Pharmacy is backing up traffic down West Union Street. In the span of 10 minutes, the backup is at least 75 cars deep. Since the project to put in new storm drains, water, and sewer lines started in March, businesses on West Union say they are no strangers to blocked entrances and exits. Ben Holter of Shriver's Pharmacy says the biggest headache is lack of communication from the contractor. After the exit to the pharmacy was closed a week earlier than planned, he sent this email to the project supervisor, saying, quote, "I had to make a temporary sign to help with traffic flow in our lot. There had been no work completed in front of my pharmacy today, and I assume there will not be until after the holiday. Why would my exit be closed when no work is scheduled to take place until the 30th? Businesses are supposed to be able to take situations like this up with the community liaison for the contractor, Shelley and Sands. But there's a problem.
The businesses have not gotten that kind of information. They have not been told who this person is. I'll be curious to hear if he's actually doing anything.
According to the city's contract with Shelley and Sands, the contractor shall employ and identify someone other than the superintendent, a community liaison, who must be communicating with affected businesses and homeowners, available on a 24-hour per day basis, informing and coordinating with occupants to complete work, and giving advanced notice in writing of any access disruption within 72 hours and again at 24. The frustrations with the project boiled over at the City Council's May 6th meeting.
We've lost over $10,000 in the first quarter. This is disgusting. And I turned to you last time and asked you for help. What did I get? Nothing.
And while I certainly can't speak for all of the business owners on West Union, I can speak for all of the ones that I've spoken to, and there's not a single one in this room who has ever met or knows the name of this community liaison.
City officials said they would look into the community liaison issue, but 3 weeks later, businesses say they still didn't have the name or contact information. So we reached out to Andy Stone.
But there is a community liaison, you said.
It is a two-way communication requirement. You have to make some effort to go and find the information.
But he didn't give us the name or contact information. Instead, he referred us to the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce. They didn't know either. A Shelley and Sands representative said he also wouldn't give us the name. They said to call the city's Engineering and Public Works Department. We did, and were provided the name and phone number. We shared the information with the general manager of Larry's Doghouse.
This is Adam? Yes. You're the community liaison, is that correct?
Yes.
We asked Athens Mayor Steve Patterson about the lack of oversight and communication. He says the city could have done a better job.
It was a major issue on both the Shelley and Sands part and also on our part for not getting Adam Viney or whomever out there earlier and often. I don't have the full details as to where the choke was on all this, but it's clear from this process that it has been a major issue.
I'm joined now by Newswatch reporter Haley Sueno. Haley, what does the community liaison have to say about this?
Yeah, so Donovan, we had actually contacted Adam Viney, and he told us he was specifically instructed by Shelley and Sands not to do any interviews, but he did confirm that he is the project's community liaison and he's also the superintendent. When he told us that, it brings up another issue. The contract says that he can't be both.
Okay, and Haley, what does the city have to say about the fact that the contractor seems to be violating that contract?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Donovan. We brought this up to the attention of Andy Stone, and he did decline to comment. We also called Shelley and Sands, and we received no response to WOUB. But we do plan on following up with the businesses now that they have the name and the contact information for the community liaison. We'll continue to update folks on the story if we do learn more. With 6 months left on this project, I mean, West Union Street businesses are urging the city to really hold Shelley and Sands accountable for what's in that contract.
Okay, thanks Haley, thanks for your insight. We'll be following for more updates soon. And still ahead, find out which card game has clinched the most popular title globally for 2 years in a row. But first, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
In the spring of 2020,
As the country goes into lockdown, outside, the garden is coming alive. As a wildlife filmmaker, I knew there were revelations here that could be just as amazing as anything I'd ever filmed.
These bees are just go, you know.
Discovering the secret life of bees took me on a journey I was not expecting.
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
Join me, Rick Steves, as we explore Germany, old and new. We'll go on a harbor tour in Hamburg, explore the treasure troves of the historic Green Vault in Dresden, journey through Nuremberg's secret underground tunnels, and visit the home of one of the most influential figures in European history, Martin Luther. You're in for some monumental travel fun in my latest travel special, Rick Steves' Great German Cities.
Tuesday at 9:30.
I'm going to need you to give me that gun.
Frank Chapman.
Who in their right mind would risk going to war with the Chapmans?
That contract's worth over $3 million a year.
This is clearly a turf war between two rival crime families.
We can't risk them taking matters into their own hands.
You gotta stop investigating. The case is closed.
I'm going in. Send for backup.
As more people decide to age in place, our next Cecil House project is all about accessibility. We're kicking off our 45th season with a mid-century modern in Lexington, Massachusetts. The family has to update it and make it more accessible for their 13-year-old son, who will soon use a wheelchair. Ramps, level thresholds, and an easy-to-navigate layout are just some of the features on this project that we're calling Modern with a Mission.
Finally tonight, the card game Uno has been around for more than 50 years, but now it's more popular than ever and it has no end in sight. The toy company Mattel reports that about one Uno deck was sold in the US every second last year, nearly 60 decks a minute. That's up from 17 sets each minute 3 years ago. Also, the retail tracking service Circana reports that Uno currently holds the top spot in the traditional games category. The game has held that title for 2 years globally and 3 years now in the US. The trend is expected to stay strong. Yeah, Isabel, I've been playing Uno for a long time. I feel like it's just that game that everyone has at the house.
Yeah, I feel like everyone knows how to play. They know, oh, this is going to be a fun time.
No, yeah, every time I play, I feel like I'm always getting stuck with the draw fours. My brother, anybody just throws them at me. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, enough about Uno. I got to get into the last look at weather for tonight. Tonight we're going to have that overnight low of 61, those mostly clear skies. We're going to feel a little bit of humidity out there. We're going to start off tomorrow morning with some of that fog, and tomorrow it's going to be a hot one. We're going to have those partly sunny skies. It's going to feel like that 88 that we're seeing. That low for tomorrow night is also going to be a warm one of 85. Looking at Wednesday, that is whenever we're going to have this most amount of rain. We're going to be seeing, looking into tomorrow, just those partly sunny skies, but after Wednesday, we're going to continue with that chance of showers throughout the week. We're also going to see that little bit of cooling after tomorrow. We're going to warm up tomorrow, but after that, we're going to cool down. We're going to be seeing that go down until about Saturday. That chance of showers is going to be pretty stagnant until next Monday, and with also another look at some cooling out there. So for the rest of the week, you're definitely going to need that umbrella for other than tomorrow. So hopefully you get to enjoy those partly sunny skies while they're around, and we're going to be looking at needing that umbrella for the rest of the week.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Lucy Schaefer, Haley Sueno, and Isabel Isco, I'm Donovan Varney. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at woub.org or follow us on social media. Have a great night.